the law and the regulatory authorities say that you must accept wind power whenever the wind is blowing. If you're let's say a nuclear power plant operator, and the grid manager says, decrease your power, they say, well, wait a minute, it's a big machine, it's hot, I want to do it really slowly. I want to keep generating power. And they say, okay, we'll tell the wind operators to stop. Wind operators say, well, wait a minute, I was going to get 30 cents a kilowatt hour for that. You pay me the 31 cents a kilowatt hour that I didn't generate, and I won't generate it. So the nuclear power plant now has to pay money out. So it's created in the markets now a negative cost of energy. It's a problem caused by a regulation that says you must accept all this wind energy when available, or you must accept all this solar energy when there's no rational system-wide approach to figure out what to dispatch and when.
Surely it would make sense to put a lot of money into developing storage. Have you heard about this compressed air plants?
You take electric power and you use it to compress air and you put it down in a big cavern. But when you compress air, it gets hot. When it's stored underground, it cools off. So you lose that energy content. So when you then try to extract the air back to run a turbine to generate power, it would be too cold. So they use natural gas to heat that air.
If we have a mispricing of energy, we're going to get the wrong incentives. People will do the wrong things for the wrong reasons. And then in 5 or 10 years' time, when those subsidies are no longer paid, the industry will fall to pieces.
Every time you double the deployment rate, you get a reduction in the cost, unit cost. It's already been shown. Solar went down by 3/4. So it's now a quarter of the original price in less than 10 years.
Many solar factories have closed down in the last year. They've gone bankrupt because they were benefiting from subsidies.
It's because the prices come down so low. That's a good thing for humanity. I mean, I don't care about individual companies. I care about the technology as a whole, and it's doing enormously well, partly because of China and the fact that it's now mass producing it at such a scale, the costs are tumbling. So that will happen in all of the technologies, and it's just, I don't see why we shouldn't be expending any energy trying to do down renewables. They are here today, our technologies are not. When you don't have state support, what else can you do? Yeah. And they're not subsidies that last forever. They're there to get the harmful development into commercialisation. As soon as you get onto that, they'll stand on their own 2 feet.
I understand.
In Europe, if our carbon price firms to between 10 and 15 euros, wind will be competing with grid capacity electricity within a matter of years. So the experiments work. You put in subsidies at the start, wait for the cost to come down, you make the rest of it more expensive by internalising the price of carbon, and you've got yourself an industry that's self-standing. And that's what you've got to do, and that's what we'll have to do for nuclear. And if we start crying about subsidies now, we'll never get them for nuclear. You need them. In a liberalised market, it's the only way. I mean, China, it doesn't matter, the prices are regulated, the funding is all centrally planned. So, don't knock renewables. They are carving a forefront kind of pioneer for us to follow. I genuinely believe that. And they're here today, and the recent studies out of the States are showing that it's not just natural gas that's knocked emissions down in America, it's also renewables. So it's reducing carbon intensity today.